Hi, I'm Smita Narayan Kant and my company's name is Moves Consulting. I'm a business process management consultant. I attended one-to-one business coaching session and Turbo Sales Blueprint program. After that, my sales conversion has gone up. I have also got few clients from Turbo Sales community and I have earned more than 1.5 lakh and still growing. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rinki Srivastav. I have attended Turbo Sales Blueprint online course by Mr. Suresh Mancharamani. I must say it is very effective and useful course by which one can bring business to the next level using the NLP sales closing technique. I am also benefited a lot by it. I have closed 3 deals instantly through online within 15 minutes, and out of which one has paid full 1 year advance payment. I'm sure this training and his mentorship will help you a lot in increasing the sales and bring more confidence to be a game changer. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful program. Thank you so much.
We're going to cover today all the basics of sale. Most of it you must be knowing. Most of it will be new for you, and but you won't be practicing a lot of it. That's why you are here, I'm sure. So first of all, as we always, the first slide is code of honor. We are creating this community of game changers. So I'll go through this code of honor, and I recommend everyone, people who are first time here, we have a code of honor for this community, and you all should have code of honor for, first of all, yourself, that how you want to conduct your life, your ethics, your value system. Then code of honor for your family, code of honor for your company. And there's a wonderful book by our mentor, Mr. Blair Singer, Code of Honor. So he's expert in setting companies' code of honor. Companies pay him to set code of honor. I enjoy connecting with people. And second is that every time I'm adding something new to it. So there are a lot of things in my 42 years of Tajurba, my experience. So I like to add, I remember, and then in the next cycle, I keep on adding, keep on adding, keep on adding. So when I see that, yeah, I've added a lot of the things, that time probably I'll stop doing live, and the community will also become bigger. So number one thing is abundance. Number two is commitment to help each other. This is the basic funda of any community, because most of us are entrepreneur. Even if we are not entrepreneur, that as a community, helping each other is very, very important. Commitment to lifelong learning. As you all are here because of this, habit of learning. So when there are three most dangerous words I say in English language is, I know everything. So when you stop learning, you stop growing, and you stop growing, you die. So this is the commitment to lifelong learning, and we'll all learn together here. Commitment to build a strong community. The strong the community is strong, bigger the community is. Our vision is to have 1 crore SMEs connected under this Game Changers banner, and it becomes the largest community. And what will happen is that 1 crore people connected with the Tajurba community, I can guarantee you one thing. No, we will not have to look outside for business or any other support. Whatever we need business, we need funding, we need any other help, or we need connection, will come from this community. Because I understand networking, it's in my DNA. That's why I can say this with confidence, that if you have this big network and big community, see the magic happening there. Commitment to consistency. Whatever we do, we are very consistent, that every Saturday, 7 o'clock, never late, never absent. So we'll do the everything very, very consistently, and never abandon a teammate in the time of need. Entrepreneurship is a very, very lonely journey, and if some person of the team, once we are a well bonded community, if someone is going through some trouble, then we all will be there to help that member. And positivity. Every negative situation, we will find a positive solution, and I personally find positive solutions. I have a whole lot of stories. I can spend like days together for telling all those stories, that how most negative situations I solved through my positivity and contribution. So this community, we have vision to be the richest community of contributors, so that we, some part of sharing will make a Tajirba Foundation and help society, which will be non-profit and help people, contributing a little bit from our earnings. Okay, so other thing I practice, why I am 99% happy. Why I say 99%? Because there's nothing as 100%. I wear awesomeness glasses. So I attract awesome people like you in my community. I attract awesome business, awesome opportunities, awesome relationship, awesome health, awesome training. So wear awesomeness glasses in life. Your life will change. Type awesomeness in the comment box. Very, very important to see things through awesomeness glasses in life. It's all about every situation, what meaning we give to it. That becomes our reality. And there are 7.5 billion realities in the world. हर एक के लिए कोरोना एक अपना मीनिंग है, किसी के लिए अपॉर्चुनिटी है तो किसी के लिए डिजास्टर है. So whatever meaning we give to any situation, that becomes our reality. And this community's reality is awesomeness. All right, so before getting into sales, I would like to cover a little bit about marketing, though it's a very, very vast subject. A whole one session or more than that, one day can be spent on marketing, or maybe more. But I would like to cover some basics here, so that we are building up the foundation of this course from today onwards, and then we'll move on to the basics of sales. Then we'll move on to the price versus value. A lot of us goes through this objection from the clients, that price, other competitor is giving lower price, or your price is too high, or I can't afford this price. So price becomes a big barrier in closing our sales. So we're going to touch upon that. And then the next session, next Saturday, we'll be doing other part of selling, which is called consulting. Selling is a consulting business. So we'll cover that, and the third part will cover closing. We'll come to the purely hardcore closing techniques through NLP. And last two sessions will be based on high ticket closer, which is based on spin selling. So how many of you understand what is customer acquisition cost? Type me in the comment box if you understand what is the customer acquisition cost. It's very, very important. A lot of people get carried away with this, that I'm selling a 500 rupee thing and my acquisition cost is 500 rupees. Why should I do it? Prasad Kulkarni is saying he doesn't understand. Lalit, okay, a lot of you understand. So customer acquisition cost, let me give you an example. For our webinar, my webinar of recession-proof business or no-cost marketing, which you all must have attended. So my cost there is 10 rupees to 20 rupees per registration. So I get normally 1500 registrations for my webinars. And out of that 1500, around 400 people show up. And then around 10 to 15 people sign up for the course. So I spend around 16,000 rupees for the advertisement of the webinar, and say 15 people signing up is 90,000. So what will be the acquisition cost of divided by 16,000? 15 people, yeah. So 15 people signed up. My acquisition cost is around spending 16,000 rupees, around 1,000 rupees plus. And my revenue each customer is 6,000 rupees. So 1,000 plus 1,100 something is cost. That is customer acquisition cost. And then we come to the 1,067. What a wonderful mathematician you are, Vikrant Pandey. Okay. So this is customer acquisition. Now we come to the lifetime value. This is customer acquisition cost, CAC, and then the next is LTV, lifetime value. How many of you understand lifetime value? Type I in the comment box if you understand. Okay, now let me explain you with the case study. Then I'll explain what is for me lifetime value. There's a study on internet. If you see Starbucks, their customer acquisition cost is around 12,000 rupees per customer. If the customer even spend 200 rupees, they spend 12,000 rupees to get that customer in. But the value, lifetime value of that customer is $14,000. Now, how do you come to that? There's a whole formula there, whole blog you can see on Google, that a customer, once they go there, they find out that average 70% customer revisit there. So they are meeting there, conducting a meeting. Average bill at Starbucks, 2 people going there is around 600, 700, 800 rupees. And if they eat something, goes over 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. A number of time that customer is visiting, that is the time keeps on paying, keeps on going, because they don't have to spend again there. They don't have to spend any other marketing expense. The first time 12,000 rupees spent to bring in customer, that means, you know, the maybe 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 people have seen their ad. So many come in and spend money there. That's how they calculate their customer acquisition cost. How many times the customer visiting, that becomes the lifetime value. Now, I told you my cost is 1,067 to get a customer for 6,000 rupees, which is very, very good as per any standard, any marketing standard. But then there is a lifetime value. Some of from the first batch, around 10 people signed up for my complete life mastery course for 1 year, and that course is for 60,000 rupees. So that also gets added to that. And if they decide to continue with that course I have designed in such a way is only 5,000 rupees. So if they decide, and they will decide, I know, because there's so much value going to be there, they won't like to get out of that bus and that community, because they get the community also, and that recovering 5,000 rupees a month is nothing for an entrepreneur to recover from the community. 5,000 rupees. If the entrepreneur cannot recover 5,000 rupees from the community, that means there's something wrong with his capability or credibility. But a lot of people join other courses, a lot of people refer other people. So this all comes under lifetime value. So how many of you are clear on lifetime value? Type super clear SC in the comment box. So always think in terms of lifetime value. Never think that you spend this much money and that revenue is so less. I spent 10,000 rupees on ad, I must earn 50,000 rupees. There is a lifetime value in the e-commerce. You must have heard that Flipkart, Amazon say their customer acquisition cost is over 1,000 rupees, even if they sell 100 rupee thing. But because the customer comes again and again and again and buys more, then they comes to the recovery part, and then they comes to the profitability part. Okay, so next thing on this is develop a USP. Your unique selling, something which is like Domino's did. Before that, before Domino's, a long time ago, there was no pizza delivery. There was no pizza delivery at all. They not only started delivering, and their pizza is not best in the world. The pizza is not best in the world, but they came out with this USP that 30-minute delivery, otherwise free. And they became like a huge success, huge success. So develop something that powerful around your business. Like Flipkart did cash on delivery, changed the e-commerce in India forever. Even Amazon never did cash on delivery in their entire life, but they had to, in India, they had to adjust to this cash on delivery. Because of that, their return today is over 40%. Over 40% people order and do not accept. Though they have a lot of algorithm now, filter people, those who return things, they block them, and they have to buy in future prepaid basis or credit card basis. But initially, Flipkart started this cash on delivery thing. Okay, so positioning yourself as an expert. Now, do we have KM Sharma here? If KM Sharma is here, type, KM Sharma, I'm here in the comment box. So he is insurance advisor. Before that, he was just an insurance agent before he met me. Then he's written a book and he became a speaker. And he gave a testimonial that now his HNI clients stand up and receive him. This is KM Sharma.
I am KM Sharma. My company name is 360-degree Portfolio Services. I am dealing in लाइफ इंश्योरेंस, जनरल इंश्योरेंस, म्यूचुअल फंड, SIP एक्सेट्रा। मैं अपने कैरियर में ग्रोथ चाहता था और उसी के लिए मैंने सुरेश मनीशर्मानी सर के साथ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग एंड बुक राइटिंग का कोर्स किया। मैं अपने क्लाइंट को साउथ दिल्ली बुक देने गया। जब मैंने उनके सामने बुक निकाली, उन्होंने बुक का नाम पढ़ा और मेरी फोटो देखी। मिस्टर शर्मा, आपने बुक लिखी है, यू आर ए ऑथर। मैं उनको बुक देने लगा तो वो कहने लगे रुको। वो अपनी सीट से खड़े हुए और कहते हैं आप ऑथर हैं, इट्स प्राउड फॉर मी। एंड जो उनकी निगाह में मेरे लिए रेस्पेक्ट झलक रही थी वो मैं अब भी फील कर रहा हूँ। सो रियली आई एम थैंकफुल टू सुरेश सर। सर आपने मुझे कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँचा दिया। एंड मैं तो ये सोचता हूँ हर व्यक्ति जिसके मन में ग्रो है, जो अपनी एक आइडेंटिटी बनाना चाहता है, जो एक अथॉरिटी बनना चाहता है, बुक राइटिंग एक अथॉरिटी है, तो उसे सुरेश सर के साथ एक बार जरूर मिलना चाहिए, इस कोर्स को जरूर ज्वाइन करना चाहिए। ये मेरी पर्सनल रिकमेंडेशन है। थैंक यू सुरेश सर।
See, insurance agent, two people avoid, when you get an insurance card of an advisor, you would say, keep it away. But he gets so much of respect. That's why my first session was on book writing, and those people who did not attend, they will again get as a 6th session live. They are recording also. So book writing is that important, becoming an expert and authority in your subject. Those people who have attended the session and not writing the book, they're committing a crime for themselves. Your life will change. Dr. Amit Verma's life changed. Dr. Rinki Srivastava's life changed. KM Sharma is doing his own webinar now. He's doing his own webinar. And first time he called me day before that 28 people signed up for his course. He was able to sell his course now through webinar. That is the change because of these learnings have brought to his life. So Avinash Ahuja have completed 30% of his book. So when I was talking about wearing awesomeness glasses, a lot of people are very, very skeptical. One person attended, Tajruba member. He attended recession-proof business and then he sent me a long message. Sir, you are saying about sales, but I think if my product is good, sales will happen automatically. And then he mentioned other speakers. Every speaker talk about Warren Buffett. Will they become Warren Buffett in their life? So, we had a wonderful chat. I told him, he gave me example of a chef. That what is the importance of sales for a chef? If chef is chef, he's a good chef. Why does he need sales? People, whoever wants to come to his restaurant, if open on, will come. He's a good chef. I said, number two things. If the chef is selling his time, and supposing he's getting 1 lakh rupees salary, won't he like to get 10 lakh rupees salary and work at, say, a restaurant like Bukhara? He'll have to sell himself to get there. Or if the chef wants to start his restaurant and he needs money, funds, he'll have to sell his idea to the investor or other partner who's going to put money. So then his message in his menu card, in his advertisement, is all part of sales. So he was kind of convinced. He said, I was always thinking, I'm so good at it and I don't need to learn sales. And the other thing I said, people who want to invest in the stock market, they should, their ideal, their hero should be Warren Buffett. My hero is Tony Robbins. I started in this industry training 2 years ago, and Tony Robbins is the #1 in the world. So that's my hero. There's nothing wrong to have ideal. If you want to be an actor, Amitabh Bachchan or Dilip Kumar will be your ideal. So anyway, so that's why I say wearing awesomeness glasses is very essential, because when you are skeptical, you become an auditor, and by nature you try to find defect in everything, in every person, in everything you learn. You question that. So I say that You know, when I board a plane, I don't argue with the pilot, and I don't question pilot's authority. I close my eyes and sleep. That he's the best. He knows how to fly a plane, and he'll take me wherever, you know, he wants to take me. Okay, so now focus on your best customers. Your maximum money should be spent on your best customers and treat them like VIP. Give them whatever you know, status you want to give them as a VIP customer. I used to go to Bombay, China Garden, Nelson Wong. That used to be at Camp's Corner, and it was my favorite restaurant. Anytime I would go to Bombay, I would go to China Garden. So what happened? They opened in GK2 many years ago, around 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago now, around 2001, 2, 3 something. And I was not getting reservation there. Every time I call them, they said, sir, we don't take reservation after 7, first come, first serve. So once I landed up there and Nelson Wong was standing there himself. I said, Mr. Wong, yeah, I had been your customer for last 20 years. My Bombay visit was never complete without visiting China Garden, and I'm not getting a table here. You know what he did? Something very, very amazing. He called his general manager. He said, this is our VIP customers, and anytime he comes here, he must get a table. Even if you have to serve him in my office here. Another thing he did, they made a brass plate reserved for Suresh Pancharamani. Till today, I go there, I call them, I'm Suresh Pancharamani, and I want to come there with a client. The brass plate is there. And every first week of January, I get around 2,000-3,000 rupees gift, New Year gift. So that's how you treat your top customers. And if I have to eat Chinese in Delhi, China Garden is the place. So imagine that last 30-40 years, I am so loyal customer to China Garden and became more loyal. Their food was good. Okay, perfect. I used to love it. If he had not done that for me, that brass plate and everything, I still could have become his best customer, you know. But by treating this, I never went away, and I tolerated small mistakes here and there. You know, when customers like you, they forgive you for your mistakes. So now getting recommendations are very important. I've told you in no cost marketing that I have got 111 recommendation testimonials on LinkedIn. This brings instant credibility. You know, I'll talk about it also a little later, but the formula for creating wealth and be successful in sales is, first of all, you need network. Then you need credibility, and then you need capability. Even if you have credibility, it has no meaning if people don't know about it. So your network has to know you are credible and you are capable. So asking for testimonial creates instant credibility. My coaching clients, when they come to me, the perception is that they're going to sign up. They only meet me to know the fee and other structure, that what time of the week, how much time I will give them, other thing. But the questions are all handled beforehand. They meet me that whether I will be able to help them or not. They come with 99% of mind makeup that yes, they are going to have engagement with me. So that is the power of getting video testimonials. I have got hundreds of video testimonials. All right, so coming to the email marketing. Email marketing is very, very important. I'm going to share some facts about email marketing with you. Number of email users, 3.7 billion plus. 3.7 billion plus. Half of world's population using email. Can't ignore that. Can't ignore that. Average ROI, return on email investment, is 28.5%. Click-through rates increase when social sharing is included in email. Social sharing means your Facebook link, your LinkedIn link, your Instagram link there. 40x more effective at acquiring new customers. 40x more effective in acquiring new customers. The amount of times an average person checks email per hour, 30 times. 89% marketers says email is their primary source of lead generation. This is that important. Build your list. Now, how do you build your list? Can you type in the comment box? How do you build your list? Okay, Kunal Pardeshi, I was used to do that, but due to less email opening rate, I'm planning to learn direct messaging automation. Yes, do that, but there are certain hacks. Your subject line, what is the value you are delivering? Because people open, 90% emails I will not open if the subject line is not interesting to me. So that art needs to be learned. That arts need to be learned. And then email marketing you do to your opt-in list. People who have opted in, people who have attended your webinar, registered for your seminar, or registered on your website. Then only. Otherwise, if you are doing bulk mailing, that is spamming, there the opening will be very, very less. And nowadays, earlier it used to be 0.01%. It's still a lot if you shoot 1 crore mails. That was a lot of conversion rate 0.01%, but now it is reduced further. So build your own list, people who are your fans, people who know you, then it's wonderful. Select the type of campaign you want to send. Personalize your email campaign. Now this MailChimp and all is coming up, wonderful tools that mails will go with the personalized name, Suresh, Arun, Vikrant, with all that, very personalized message will go. Ensure a campaign is relevant, So that's very important. If you send an email, say you are a boutique, ladies boutique, and you are sending a dress to me, or I'm a bachelor, you are sending a kid's thing to me. Doesn't make sense to me. It's a waste for me. So make sure it's relevant to you. Make it easy to convert. Take a strategic approach to frequency of your campaigns. Now, what should be the frequency? Once a week is fine. Not too much, not too less. So send more than promotional content. That means 20% should be your promotional content, 80% should be value. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. 20% promotion, 80% value. Type in the comment box, 80% value, 20% promotion. So last but not the least, measure your results. But what is the opening rate? What is the conversion? What needs to be changed? Do your study around that. Do your research. You will learn a lot. And this platform, MailChimp, and we are using SendBlue. Very, very good platform. If your list is good, opt-in, it goes in primary. Now, Gmail has got three sections: primary, promotion, and social, and then spam. 4 actually. So if you do a lot of spamming, your email will end up in spamming. But if it sounds promotional, then land in promotion, and I don't check promotion and social at all. So all the people who are on Gmail will check only primary. And MailChimp and other premium services, they charge a lot, of course. MailChimp I subscribed for 40,000 mails, $50 a month. So, but that lands in primary inbox. Split testing subject lines to improve open rate. So keep trying different subject lines, and you will know that where your opening rate is coming better. So how do you get the free press? Now, very, very interesting subject. This is free press. I got featured in the May edition of India Today, which came from LinkedIn, but I also in my network, as I told you, I'm a master networker, it's in my DNA. So I know a lot of journalists. So you keep creating something newsworthy. There's a saying that if there is no news, we will make one. Wonderful saying. To create some news, and there are a lot of Facebook groups. To get free press instead of advertisement, people like the article written by a journalist instead of a promotion. So that gets more. Yeah, there are a lot of PR sites, so use that. But otherwise, also you can, with your network, get friendly with the journalists or feed them on Facebook groups. There are a lot of Facebook groups. Feed them stories about your business, about industries, and you will get into their, acquaintance list. And later you can invite them for breakfast or something and get friendly. But important part to get the eyeballs. So, minimize the risk for your customers. So what we did, we had a website in 2011 called Perfume Crush. It is still there, but it's like dormant. We don't do much business there. And there we mentioned that no question in the perfume industry, if you open the perfume, no one takes the return. And we announced that, that time e-commerce was not that bad. Amazon was not there. Flipkart was not there in perfumes. So, we announced that we will not keep your money if you are not satisfied, because online people had a lot of doubts. So they'll come back, this is not smelling right and this is fake. So we say, okay, keep the perfume and we'll returning your money. Guess how many, claims we had to pay? Out of 1,000, only one. Only one. And we were spending more money on advertisement and marketing. But with that kind of honesty, we got so much of nice reviews on internet those days that this is the most honest company. They refund the money like that. So if you come up with something that 30 days money back guarantee or 15 days money back guarantee, no question asked, something like that makes customers very, very comfortable. And this company, how many of you heard about Zappos? Type yes in the comment box if any one of you have heard Zappos. I've read his book by the CEO, founder's book. So this company revolutionized the e-commerce. Amazon bought it for $1.2 billion. There's a 365 days return policy. 365 days return policy. Zappos. ZAPPOS. Now, the thing around this is, and both ways return. So they'll send you, they start with shoes, then they got into clothing and other thing. Both ways they will pay the courier charges. And within 365 days, if you have not used the item, now the catch here is not use the item. Now, how many people in the world will keep the item for 365 days, not use it and return it? If there is a return, they'll return it in 1 week's time. Yes or yes, type yes in the comment box. But this created a revolution in e-commerce. And there were case studies and the media used to visit their company. They created so much awesomeness, culture, one of the best customer service culture there, one of the best environment for the employees there. So that became a case study for media, television. They used to come there and see what Zappos is doing. Their core values became very famous, the code of honor I'm talking about. So now when you're advertising, I'm coming to the even Facebook, Google advertisement. This is where the difference will come. One great headline will make you millions and billions. One hitter. We all know people who are in the, Nikhil, are you there from the advertisement world? Nikhil, type yes in the comment box. I did one-to-one with him. He's from advertisement industry. One great headline can make a big difference. To work on your headlines. That's the most, do your research. That one headline, people will make them to click that and buy that product. To pay attention to your headlines. Very, very important to work on your headline when you are creating an ad copy. Now here is something I want to show you. Last time this course was named Book Writing Strategy. Book Writing Strategy. This time it's named Write, Publish, Market, Amazon Bestseller Book and Earn Passive Income. These two things I have to now add in the next rotation, that how to make it Amazon bestseller. In my last session, I covered till book writing for your branding and your authority. But next rotation, I'm going to add this also, that how to become an Amazon bestseller and then how to market that book to earn money also out of it. But tell me one thing now, with this kind of title and the earlier simple book writing strategy, how does this headline sound? Yeah, it's a little long, but it's fine. It's conveying the whole message. Conveying the whole message. I can't do it, and normally I do it in 3 words. But I can still improvise it, do the title 3 words, and then sub-adding can be write, publish, Amazon bestseller book. Maybe, yes, you're right. So this is, and this course, after I'm done with this is going to sell online everything as individual course, and people around the world or maybe nationwide. Yes, Kunal, I agree with you, Kunal Pardeshi. So this now will help in selling that book, this course online alone, and then a book around this also. So there I have 2 business models going around this. One is the training, the second, and that is your recorded training, recorded course. And the second is book around that. So work on your headlines is very, very important. Then I made this last, now what happened, no cost marketing when I was doing webinar. My, sign up for this course, what we are doing, Turbo Sales Blueprint, was never more than 10. But when I change now recession proof business, now the headline is more relevant in today's time. The course is more relevant. I brought in 2 officers from MSME government, government officers, and then made this, the whole packaging was different now. That all courses were offered differently than package, and this was very attractive slide. And then the conversion went to 17. 70% increase in signing up just by changing the title of the course, not the same course, of course I gave the different course, and more relevant, and then packaging the offering differently. 70% more sign up. And I'll show you in one of the slides how can you triple your sales just by improving 20% on certain parameters. Okay. Next thing is go where they go. That means if your client, your target market, if you're targeting very high-end client, super HNI, earlier the networking was only done on golf course. Major millions of dollars of deals were conducted on the golf course road, on the golf course. I'll tell you one very interesting story. I was having dinner at my friend's place, and his nephew was there. His name is Manpreet. He works for VFS. VFS is a visa outsourcing service. Around 55 embassies work with them. 55 embassies. I asked him this question, Manpreet, how come your boss got this idea of visa outsourcing? And that company was that time last year when I asked him this question was sold to Thomas Cook for 10,000 crore or something. So he said, my boss was playing golf with the US ambassador, and he said, we are unable to handle this crowd, and this has become a major problem. So he said, okay, and the paperwork is too much. So he suggested that let us handle the crowd first. And he started sending the crowd to them as much they could handle by appointment only. And then later on, the paperwork also came to them. And with all the competition and a lot of other companies started, they still have 55 top embassies working with them. Golf. So go where your customers are. I remember when I was staying in New York, I had a service apartment at Times Square, 47th Street. And I used to have an office at 39th Street Broadway, building called 1407. All the garment buyers used to be there. So every evening, this place, Algonquin, is a very, very famous hotel for $10,000 martini. Of course, that martini is normally used for some very big celebration by super rich or, proposing with that martini. It has some diamond inside or everything. But the other martinis are also very expensive, nothing less than $50 to $80 or $100. But most of the top buyers used to go there for 1 or 2 drinks in the evening before they go for dinner or go to their house. So I'll go there at 6 o'clock and sit there and chit chat, and I found many, many buyers there. Another thing in traveling, I learned that if you travel business class or first class, you meet a lot of clients. Lot of clients. The crowd is all business owners there. All the clients there, lot of deals are closed in that flight in the business class. So if you can afford it, travel business class or first class. So go where your clients are. People sitting in business class, they talk to each other. People sitting in first class, they don't. So I traveled first class also, I traveled business class also. In first class, the thing is the gap is so much between the seats, and most people are either sleeping or reading books. They are not talking to each other. But business class, people are talking to each other. And nowadays, a lot of airlines have, like Virgin has got their bar counter there. You stand on the bar, take your drink and talk to people. Business class, people travel to do business. Most people travel business class to do business. All right. So if your client says, I have no money, what do you do? So let me give you my take on this, how I handle that, since I'm in service industry. So if a very rich client comes to me, 1 lakh rupees a month retainer, they gladly pay. Other startup or people who don't have, normally those people who have turnover over 25 crore, very easy to pay 1 crore, 1 lakh a month, very easy. In my opinion, that's even less I charge. But people who are at 1 crore or 70 lakhs, I signed up a person from this group, last week. He said, I can't pay you 1 lakh rupee a month. So then we signed up that, okay, pay me 11,000 rupees a month at 10% from the revenue. That means into services business. So services business revenue is your, almost 80% is gross profit. So one thing I do that okay, pay me, or somewhere like someone suggested that I take, if it's a startup bootstrap, I take a stake. But small token I always take, maybe it's 5,000 rupees, so that, the person is committed. Otherwise people don't value and they are not committed if it's totally free. So small token I definitely take. Other thing, in a course like that, I have come across around 10% people in this course right now, what you are doing. They said, I don't have money, but I want to do it. So I tell them, okay, pay me 1,000, balance in 5-star. So few people said half now, half 15 days. I said, fine, do it, no problem. So people who show a lot of eagerness to do it, I help them that, okay, it's small amount and no one has ever cheated me. No one has ever cheated. That's my tajurba. So I help them. In my bigger courses, there are, nowadays credit card EMIs are available, so they can easily do the EMIs. Or one person did train the trainer and TEDx Mastery, 67,000 rupees. He's given me 1 year PDC for 5,600 rupees each. So I've taken that also. It's fine. So that way, at least that person is getting value. And if with the condition that I say, if you get better, pay it and finish it off. So people are paying. I have no complaints around that. So you can, arrange. Mukesh is here. Arrange loan, EMI. Lot of ways you can help. And if you can, if you are not in product, you are services business. Then what I do, you can do that. That's your option. Okay. So this is about having no money. Now I'm coming to improvising things in your industry. Whatever you are doing now. Brainstorm, think when you are doing one-to-one with me, we can think on this also. That what you can improvise, which is going to create shock waves or something like, totally new on the same idea. For example, Flipkart did cash on delivery on e-commerce, which was revolutionizing the e-commerce industry. WhatsApp improvised what? BlackBerry was doing the same thing where you can send audio file, video file messages, but they kept it. The biggest mistake they did, it was closed. You got to have BlackBerry, I got to have BlackBerry, you send me a code, I accept, then only we can share. They opened it up, improvise the messaging system. Apple improvised mobile phones, right? And Tajurba improvised who? Type in the comment box. Tajurba improvised what? Anil Chawla? BNI. Tajurba improvised BNI. BNI is American, Tajurba is Indian. Lead, learn, connect. Okay. So 90% of your customers who have complaints, 90% of the customers who have complaints will never come back. They'll go to your competitors. So remember this thing. If a customer is complaining, treat that customer like a god. But that customer is interested in you improvising your services or product. He's helping you. So always take that in stride and treat that customer like VIP and win that customer for life. Win that customer for life. That's your chance. Because a lot of people don't do that. They argue. It's not our fault. No one else has complained. We are doing this for the last 20 years. Our perfumes are original. We have the bill from the distributor. How can you complain? And then we go into the argument. And in today's time of internet, one bad mouthing can damage your reputation for years. It'll show up everywhere. It'll show up everywhere. I have a blog. You search on the internet on a website called Rodinhood. It's a website for startups and entrepreneurs by Alok Kejriwal, Games to Win, one of my friends. I wrote a blog 4 or 5 years ago that how to respond in case of default. The case study is Tylenol. This is the painkiller in US, and some employee in one batch put the poison, a small batch. But as the CEO came to know, about this, he came personally on the TV. He came personally on television and apologized to the public and called back millions of dollars of stock. So their reputation was not damaged a little bit. Rather, it increased that the company is very, very responsible. Similarly, you must have heard a lot of time Honda or Toyota, this kind of company, they call back their cars if they are having problem with the power window, problem with the brakes or something. So this is acting in a very, very responsible way and in a right way to win back your customers for life. This is whenever I get a complaint, I personally get a smile on my face. It is my chance to win back this client for the life, because no one will make it up to them like, people who understand that they do. So Rahul Sharma is the Vice President of Tajurba Unicorns, South Delhi. How he came to know? He was visiting Tajurba chapter and he registered and paid the meeting fee online. And we made a mistake by, it's an alternate Wednesday. So we posted the event of a wrong Wednesday and he landed up there and he called me and started shouting. He's half my age. I started shouting like mad. You guys are unprofessional. This is, and he was in WhatsApp group and he started writing there also. A lot of people joined him. I said, okay, I apologize. I'm sorry. There's a mistake on my team, and I'll refund. No, I don't refund. My time is wasted. If you have to come to South Delhi from Gurgaon, would you come? I said, if it satisfies you, I'll come because we made a mistake. I'll come to meet you right now and serve you the coffee also. And that guy, I invited him for making the long story short. The next meeting, I invited him. I paid for him, and he gave the check for 25,000 rupees, became a member, and now he's the vice president. How you win back when you are at fault. Very important lesson here. Now, this is going extra mile for your customers. We all have heard this. How many of you practically do this? How many of you practice this going extra mile for your customer? People who joined my last course, first batch out of first 40, 50 people probably, or maybe 100 people, I don't remember. But this course was not an offering. This wasn't there. But since I achieved a lot of success in doing webinars, shifting my all trainings from offline to online, I said, why not give it to them also? So on the last session on, before 30th May, around 22nd was the last session of the first batch, 6th session. So I asked their permission that I want to do this also additional, and this will be 2 hours extra. So from 7 o'clock, and we started 6:30. So we started also early. Till 12:30 we finished this also. Anyone from the very first batch who were not expecting this, did not pay for this and got this. And they were sitting there, and we were, on the webinar in the meeting till 12:30. A lot of people send me messages, sir, aaram kar lo thoda, aap 6 ghante se bol rahe ho. So this was not offered. So the point here is that, if you give something, no, Preeti, Tajurba is not yet in Jaipur. As soon as this opens, will be all over India. You will see. So people, you have sold something, and they are not paying for whatever extra you give. Like, if I'm buying a shampoo from something, yeah, I remember. I order something, biryani from a restaurant here, they send a free Coke. Or sometimes they'll put in, free soup. We become loyal to that restaurant. We always order from them because we did not customer delight. Yes, so we did not expect that. We did not pay for that, but we got it. That brings extra delight. Now we coming to this was all the marketing part of it, and certain fundamentals of positioning and your brand and your company. Now we come to some basics. Number one thing in sales is the transfer of energy. If you can double your enthusiasm, you can double your income. How many of you agree with this statement? Because if you have unlimited enthusiasm, you can achieve anything in life. I have that. And I can identify with people who have enthusiasm for anything they do. So sales, number one, pillar is that you should have a lot of enthusiasm. If the customer sees you with lack of enthusiasm, no energy, it's going to put off right away there in first 7 seconds. Image consultants say 7 seconds people make a decision they want to do business with you or not. There are 3 more pillars to this: ethics, honesty, and integrity. These are the very, very important ingredient of any person who is selling. So there's a guy called one of the member in Group Changers. He's from the first batch. Manoj Yadav. So he had certain medical condition and a lot of emotions. So he attended my offline workshop on the stage. And he signed up for full train the trainer course and public speaking mastery. So that course is designed in such a way, 5 days course, 3 days train the trainer certification. 2 days is public speaking mastery and TEDx mastery. So we did that last month online also. So he signed up for that 67,000 rupees course, paid 10,000 rupees. And I knew I can't train this person. With his condition, I knew I can't train this person. And next day, he said, I want to pay balance money. I said, hold on, don't pay me balance money. I'm going to refund you your 10,000 rupees because in your condition, get yourself stable first, get yourself treated first, then come to me. And then he did this online sales because there was no speaking part of it. So he did this turbo sales blueprint, paying 6,000 rupees. But that 10,000 4 or 5 months ago, I refunded him. So that's the part of ethics, honesty, and integrity. Again, that becomes part of your. Okay, Preeti Agarwal, very important now. I want to take a little stop here. Preeti has made a comment that few of my friends say that you can't be successful if you do business with honesty. But let me tell you my example. Like I gave you this Manoj Yadav example. If my services are not useful for you, I will never sell you in first place. And if I don't add value to you, you come back to me, sir, I have done your, if I believe in adding 10x value. If I don't add value to you, I have no right to keep you as a businessman. And that we follow in our e-commerce business, in any business. So that way, honesty is still the best policy. Still the best policy. Yes, you will win. You will definitely win. There are dishonest business owners in the world, in the marketplace. Definitely. But that is going to be short term. That is going to be short. एक कहावत है हिंदी में, कानून के हाथ लंबे होते हैं. Even if you cook up your balance sheet, income tax is going to get to you. If you cook up your GST, they're going to get to you. A thing like that. With customers, you can't afford to be because they are the one paying for your house expenses. They are paying for your children education. They're paying for your employee salary, rent, your house, your vacations, everything. How can you be dishonest with your customers, big or small? No way. And people see through it. I still have companies with examples which are very big, and I'm watching their case study that what happens to them in next 5 years or 10 years. What happens to them in next 5 to 10 years. Satyam Computers, if people remember, cooked up balance sheets, landed up in jail. Ketan Mehta, Harshad Mehta, Ketan Parekh. So many stories. So many stories. Landed up in jail. Big empires. Vijay Mallya. Vijay Mallya. If he had settled with his banks and employees, he could have still been big businessman here. Could have still been. 2001, we suffered a loss of 22 crores. 22 crores. 2 of our major customers went under. What we did, we called all our creditors that we are selling this property and we are paying you off. We want to close this business. Then we met our bank that give us honest exit. We had our bungalow mortgage to them. We want to pay you, give us some time to sell it and pay you. Don't auction it. And we sold it and paid it to the bank and started all over again. We did not run away to London. We did not run away to London. And we still, and how many of you agree bounce back is bigger than first success? Type yes in the comment box. Bounce back is always bigger than first success, because now you have more wisdom, you have more tajurba, you have more experience, more learnings. Okay. Next foundation of is trust. And I would recommend everyone to read this book, The Speed of Trust. On this only, if the trust is not there, your cost of marketing will go. Like I get this 1 lakh rupees or all these coaching clients from people get trust from my LinkedIn profile and testimonials. Otherwise, my customer acquisition cost would have been around 40,000 per customer to acquire the customer of 1 lakh rupees. I would have to advertise so much to get that kind of customer. So trust is a very, very important currency in the world of selling and business, or anywhere, anything in the world. Now, this is talking is sharing, but listening is caring. The importance of listening. Now, I want to ask you a question. In selling, who talks most, salesman or the customer? So people who are saying salesman, people who are saying customer, you are right, 100%. You make the customer talk. You listen. It's a skill. I've practiced this for 30 to 40 years to develop this skill. You would now, from today onwards, when you will start to, notice that people are talking, but a lot of time we are, waiting for other person to stop, and we are stuck here, that he stops and I want to talk. He stops and I want to talk. And in sales, you let your customer talk. And we'll come to that when you complete this course, that how by asking intelligent questions, you will come to a stage when time of closing comes that your customer tells you your solution is the best, I want to buy from you only. Your customer will tell that I want to buy from you through questions. That is the, a lot of times I meet people, they speak for 2 hours, I don't get a chance to speak, and in the end they say, this was what a nice conversation with you. Whereas I did not participate in that conversation only. I was only listening very, very patiently. Very, very patiently. Prospecting, a salesperson should always be prospecting in the flight, in the elevator. How many of you know, importance of elevator pitch? That you can sell something in the elevator within that 30 seconds. Within that 30 seconds. I was sitting at my lawyer's office reception and I was waiting here, a client inside. And I got one coaching client sitting there. So it's about, that again, art of listening. Questioning, art of listening, and paying attention to the person. And then in a way, then your turn comes, that person asks you, what do you do? That's a time that you have listened what the person does. Accordingly, you customize your elevator pitch. And that person says, oh, interesting. I want to have a second meeting with you. So prospecting is very important. How many of you who are in sales, especially people who are in the insurance business or Kishan Kansani network marketing, how many meetings you do in a day? So you should be doing 3 to 5 meetings at least a day. In our Gurgaon chapter, there's a lady called, she's an insurance advisor, very, very successful. She's done MDRT, TOT, COT, all the top achievements in insurance sector. And very well connected, super HNI clients. And I asked her this question, that what is the success, what is the reason? Of course, she's very professional, she's very honest, integrity, whatever else is required is there. But from a homemaker to such successful lady in insurance, and she's very simple looking. And she says, my secret is 3 meetings a day. Every day I will line up my meetings. And then slowly I learned that how to, get my conversions and how to close those clients. And over the years, he's been in the industry for 16 years now. I have learned how to conduct these good meetings. So keep meeting and prospecting. And, make every person you meet in life very important, like $1 million customer. He may be or may not be, but he can introduce you to someone. If he gets a good impression, you leave a very good impression with that person. He can introduce you to a lot of people. I got a call from a travel agent friend. He said, there's a guy came from Australia. He wants to visit your networking meeting. I said, yes, fine. So that person visited our networking meeting, and that, this way I treated him very nicely, had breakfast with him, gave him full attention, listening. And he said, I'm working as an agent for a property developer from Australia, very big property developer. His name is Martin. And, he met a lot of people. And after 3 months, he came and gave me a 2 lakh rupee check. I said, what is this for? It's an introduction fee. I have sold 2 properties in your, group because of your introduction. And when I introduce people like I'm saying here for, Mukesh Pandey and a lot of other people who are good people here, so I add, good thing about them. So I added about them, like, by the way, that Kishan Kant Sani is a great guy from Forever Living. I use their products right now. I am using this vitamin C here on my desk from Forever. So anyone needs this immunity builder thing, Kishan Kant Sani. Anyone needs a great guy in equity. Dipin Quatra is today here. Get in touch with him. Dipin, give your number. Kishan Kant Sani, give your numbers here so that people can connect with you. So that guy then introduced me to his principal, Martin, and we went to Dubai because I have connection in Dubai. We did a roadshow and we sold properties there. And last month I sold a property sitting here, connected someone to Martin, and again I earned some commission. So treat people nicely when you meet them and see the magic. So how you do anything, that's how you do everything. Note it down. This is a golden nugget. How you do anything, that's how you do everything in life. Small things. Let me tell you certain things. If I tell you, I'll call you back 99.9% of the time, I'll call you back. If I tell you 7 o'clock, I'll be there 7 o'clock. If I don't do this, slowly, you will get that impression this person is not honoring small commitments. Then you will be scared to do big deals with me. Bhavesh, you can do all this on the this Game Changers group. WhatsApp group becomes so crowded, so cluttered, people stop checking the messages. We tried that, but nothing happened. It becomes so cluttered, everyone in the advertising. You can post your requirement, you can post your services, not a spamming way, but in a nice way, your introduction, and people will connect with you. Use that Game Changers group and post there. So there, and then on the we'll create a Facebook group also. You can close group for these members only. So then you can communicate there. So how you do anything, that's how you do everything. Small things, pay attention. How you dress, how you talk, how you listen, how you honor your small commitment. One skill that can change your life, and that is public speaking. Yes, public speaking. World's richest man, Warren Buffett, said, I could not have been this successful if I hadn't learned this skill from Dale Carnegie. His office has got only one certificate, that is Dale Carnegie, no university certificate. Very important skill to learn. Very, very important. Language is not the barrier, but your communication skills, even if you are talking to one person or 100 or 1,000, doesn't matter. This is all part of your communication skill. People think public speaking means you are giving lectures or delivering speeches. Important skills to be successful in sales. Okay. Now, improving your closing percentage. How many of you are interested in knowing that just by a small improvement of 20% can triple your sales? Right now in this batch, on this Thursday when I did recession proof business, my sign up went over 70%. Now look at this scenario 1. I'm giving 2 illustrations here. Number 1, if your current leads are 100, like I have told you, I get 1500 leads for my webinars. Qualified leads are 50. So my qualified leads are 400 to 500 who join my webinar. Now this is, for example, a closure rate is 20%. So 10 conversions happens, right? This was earlier when I was doing no cost marketing. Average price 10,000, in my case is 6,000 rupees. So total sales is 1 lakh rupees, right? Now come to scenario 2, where you pay attention to the quality of leads. That you will have to experiment, split testing, A/B, and all those things we do on social media. That how to get do better, get better leads. You do a little bit improvement and you improve your leads by 20%. So now your qualified leads are 70 instead of 100. And you keep on working this throughout your life, throughout your sales career. You'll keep on working this. And then your earlier closer was 20%. Now you learn more things, how to achieve another 20% closer. So if you take your closer to 40%, now you have 28 conversions. And increase the price a little bit. So my, this price you will see that I'll be increasing. Earlier, first time when I did was 5,000 rupees. 2 months ago, now it's 6,000. Next month is going to be 7,000. After that, 8,000. So average price is supposing you increase by only 20%, 12,000 rupees. So see the impact. 12,000 rupees into 28, 3,36,000 compared to 1 lakh rupees. 3,36,000 rupees sales compared to your 1 lakh rupees. How many of you think it's doable? And a lot of it from no cost marketing, first batch to second batch, my closing from 10 to 15. So at 10, my revenue was 60,000. Now is 90,000 rupees. And multiplied by number of webinars I do in a month. Well, like last month earning was 10 lakh rupees. This month can be, 17 lakh or 20 lakh or something. And I'm looking at 1 crore. So I still need to learn and evolve. So don't be afraid to fail. That's okay. If you don't try, then is the problem. Otherwise, failing is perfectly all right. And selling is a rejection job. So this is Michael Jordan. And it's a wonderful quote. I've used this in my various speeches, that I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game winning shot and missed it. I have failed over and over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. We all know as entrepreneurs how many times we have to, we go through the big failures in life. At the age of 35, 38, we were multi-millionaires and we failed. We had to sell our bungalows and everything. So that's part of the journey. And that's how you get your tajurba. The collection of those painful mistakes, becomes your tajurba. Type tajurba in the comment box. And there's no bigger example of failures than Lincoln. This is very, very interesting that how many times he failed from 1830 to 1860 before he became president. So 13 guidelines to follow. Number one, I told you enthusiasm, contributions, that is giving, organizing yourself, we'll talk about it. Think in terms of others' interest. You can't win unless your client wins. Remember this. You can't win unless your client wins. Ask questions. Listen and ask a lot of questions. Sincerity. So these are the, about knowledge is definitely very, very important. If you are not confident about your product, you don't know every detail about the product, you'll walk away. A simple thing like if you go to buy a television set and the salesman is not able to explain you all the features, you will move out of that shop. Always smile. Always smile. And appreciation, what gets appreciated, a genuine appreciation is the key. Remembering names. Now, how do you remember name? We'll talk about that. And after the sales, servicing. Don't forget your customer after you have sold them. And then, very interesting thing on getting organized. I want to tell you about how organized I am. So my phone is charged every night when I go to bed. It's charged. When I get up, 100% charge. So I never run out of battery. Second thing, my office has a charger. So it reaches 50% recharge. So it's always on 100%. My car has a charger. And then my bag had a power bank if I'm in long meetings and I'm running out of batteries. Number one. Number two, my passport, my car keys, everything has a place. Everything, my wallet has a place. I never have to search for it. Number three, always return my calls and reply messages before going to bed. If I don't, maximum next day, 1 or 2 if it sometime happens. Like Anil Chawla is here, he called me day before at 10:11. He said, I thought normally you're free, but this is my busiest time. After 10 o'clock, I'm calling people and meeting people. But next day I called him that you had called. So certain habits. This is the slide, Viranna. So my wardrobe, my brown and white socks in one drawer, black, blue, and gray in other. My trousers one side, shirts one side, suits one side. Everything at its place. So I don't waste time ever that I've run out of battery. I'm not able to find my car keys. I'm not able to find my passport. I will never land up at the airport without a passport. Small things. So getting organized is very, very basic. I have known people who would not see messages. You are expected to see messages at least once a day or twice a day, but people don't see messages, don't reply, don't call back missed calls and create a damn bad impression. Damn bad impression. Especially I. If some people who are like that, they may not mind it, but I would definitely, get a very bad impression and about the person. So coming to the Pareto's law of 80-20, like, your 80% revenue will always come from 20% customer. It happens everywhere. Your 20% employee will perform the best 80%. So always, in the day, your 20% time will produce the 80% results. So you focus on that 20%, which is your most productive to drive 80% results. You can ignore the rest if you want to, because you are already achieving by investing only 20% time, you are achieving 80%. So pay attention to these top clients. Don't let them ever go away. Pay attention to these clients who are your regular and generate 80% revenue for you. So overcome the fear of this, we already covered that. Overcome the fears of talking to stranger. If you are in sales, you must be very comfortable in talking to strangers, prospecting in elevator, prospecting at every place, at dinner, at a hotel, at a restaurant, at a lobby, at a check-in counter, everywhere, in the flight. So the most important secret of salesmanship is to find out what the other person wants, then help him find the best way to get it. You know, a lot of times we keep on pitching ourselves. This is the benefit, this is the benefit. If we buy this. We don't even try to find out whether the customer is for us or not, or what the customer wants. I was coaching one ERP guy, and he said the sales conversion is 0. I said, what? Why 0? He said one client paid him the ticket to Indonesia. He paid him the hotel also for 3 days and did not buy from. And he got annoyed because he was always telling him this without asking client what are his requirements. If you will always remember this one rule, selling will be easy. And we will cover that in high ticket closer also and in NLP also, that how to focus on what your client is looking for. And it's something more than a sales technique, it's a philosophy to live by. That's a philosophy to live by. That what other person is wanting, if we learn to do that, we'll have great relationships. Hitting the bullseye. Now, one guy, Vikas Khadaria, his company name is hungrybags.com. His father was my friend, lawyer. So he sent this guy was 22, 23 years old. He came to me. He sent him that, he's not interested in practicing law. His son was also lawyer. And he wants to go to US. So he came to my office and kept sitting there, sir, I want to go to US. I said, okay. I sent him to US, got him visa, helped him in visa. He came back and then he said, I want to do, I want to getting a job of a legal advisor. So these exact words I told him. He still remembers that. Beta paan ki dukaan khol lena, naukri mat karna. And then, somehow he convinced me to have a technology startup. उन दिनों में शुरू हुआ था कौन बनेगा करोड़पति. So we started a site जो जीता वो sikandar.com, and I invested 20 lakh rupees on it. So this is most successful entrepreneurs have soft corners for young entrepreneurs. The same thing happened with the Andrew Carnegie. One guy's factory burned down, and I was reading the story. He came to him and he said, I need $100,000. So he said, no, I don't give any kind of loans. He said, but I've heard that you help young people. He said, yeah, that's right. So, okay, do one thing, come up with your own $100,000 in 60 days, and then I'll give you $100,000. And that guy came up with $100,000 in 55 days, and he gave him. So you find out what the customer want. The whole moral of the story is that if you find out that what your customer is wanting, that's your bullseye. And that you will come to know in the next few sessions, where you ask questions and through certain techniques that you will know exactly what your customer, and accordingly, I even tailor sometime customize my elevator pitch. Though I do the same thing, business coaching, training, and all those things. But looking at in my conversation when I'm having with the person, what the person does, accordingly, I'll make my elevator pitch, which sounds very, music to the ears. That yes, this person is useful to me. So this is a wonderful quote by Dale Carnegie. There's only one way under high heaven to get anybody to do anything. Did you ever stop to think of what? Yes, just one way. And that is by making the other person want to do it. So sometimes you make the person do it. That will be the great situation. So in high ticket closer, you will learn that, the person will tell you, yes, I want to do it. I want to buy this insurance. I want to buy this immunity builder product. I want to buy digital media from you only. So when you show a man what he wants, he will move heaven and earth to get it. So for example, you know, if insurance guy KM Sharma goes to someone and tells him, he says, I don't buy insurance. I'm not, I've never taken any insurance. Insurance is fraud, or I'm covered, or everything. Through questions, if he's able to show him that tomorrow, if your business closes down, bank is going to take away everything. So you need insurance which covers that risk, or maybe that insurance is under Married Women Property Act, MWPA, something like that. And he finds out that sweet spot, the person will say, yes, I want that. So that is where, as a salesperson, you need to get there to the situation when customer himself wants to do it. So basic principles of closing the sales. Number one, make appointments. So meetings, and be prepared. Now be prepared means write down the bullet points of what are the solutions you're going to provide, what are the questions you're going to ask, so that you don't forget. And it's okay to pull out your notebook that time to see what you are forgetting, what you need to be asked, and a lot of questions you will learn. What is the major point of interest of your customer, or what is the most vulnerable point? Never try to cover too many points. This is the vulnerable point is the keyword here. What is the most vulnerable point? And bullet point your notes. Right now I'm talking here. Here are the bullet points. Here are the bullet points, so that I don't miss any point. I can't remember 3 hours content. I have to have bullet point. My story is in bullet points. Ask questions. And the last 2 sessions, this whole thing, you will learn hundreds of questions. Arouse fear. Now, in a very genuine way, in high ticket closer and in NLP, you will learn how to arouse fear, because people take action out of only 2 emotions. One is very strong desire, and number 2 is very strong fear. Otherwise, they will never make any decision. And when you come with this authenticity, that your services, your product is giving 10x value to the person, and is not able to make the decision, at that time you use this technique to arouse some fear, so that person is able to make some decisions. That technique comes from NLP, but used in high ticket closer also. But big disclaimer. This is the previous slide, Prasad. This is the previous slide. Which other slide you are talking about? This is a normal quote, just to reinforce the point. Okay. So disclaimer here is that you are not manipulating by arousing fear. You are not manipulating. It's just helping your client to make a decision. Create confidence through questions, through testimonials, through Rakesh Suneja will have questions. I'm coming to the last few slides, so we'll have questions after that. Make powerful statements. Like, if you are my brother, I'll give you this advice. If you are my best friend, if you are my son, I would do it. I would tell you to buy it. These are very, very strong statements. Sometimes very impactful. Give honest compliments. When you give honest compliments, honest is the disclaimer here. Then your customer is all for you. He wants to listen to you. And the best question to ask is, I'm giving you this golden nugget. How did you start this business? And then you can sit for 3 hours. We ask any successful client, how did you start this business? Just this one line and sit back and relax. 3 hours minimum. How many of you have done that before? Type I have in the comment box. How did you start this business? A lot of you. How amazing is that? You know, people want to tell their stories. And that's where the connection happens. When you listen to their stories, the connection happens. So see things from your client's perspective, their point of view, talk in terms of what his needs and desires. Your client's needs and desires are most important, not what you are selling. And then fit your solution according to his needs. If it is customizable, customize it. If its solution is not for him, don't sell it. That's perfectly all right. To ask benefits of asking questions. This helps you to avoid arguments, helps you avoid talking too much, then you're letting other person, to talk. Enable you to help the other fellow recognize what he wants and decide him how to have it. Helps to crystallize the other person's thinking. The idea becomes his idea. Now, a lot of times at Zurba, you know, all the positions, president and everybody is volunteer. So we normally don't tell them, do this, do this, do this. So we ask them, you know, do this with your teams also. That how should we do that? Now you know the solution, but you won't give it. So you ask your team that what do you think is the solution, and let them come. And one chances are one of them will give idea which you want to talk about, and you give credit to your team. Oh, wonderful idea! Let's do that. And if they are not come up to the idea what you want, then your statement should be, how about if we do this way? And if they say, yes, this is a good idea, then it becomes everybody's idea. So that's the way to bring everybody on the same page, your all teams. And help you find the most vulnerable point. Gives the other person a feeling of importance. And is more likely to respect your opinion when you respect other people's opinion, and especially with your client, but your senior and junior employees also. They come up with sometimes very out of the box ideas, because senior employees will have a lot of baggage and experience that ye to aise hi hota hai, this is done that way only. So find out most vulnerable point. This word, 3-letter word, is a magic. The magic. You can make someone talk for hours. अगर आपको किसी से मजे लेने हो, if you want to have fun, have a conversation with someone and keep asking why. Keep asking why. When your customer says, the price is too high, ask why. Keep asking why, and see the magic. See the magic of this why. Start using it. We in the coaching industry use a lot. We use a lot that, why. When a client comes to us with a problem, and then we use this technique of why. End of the conversation, they find their own solutions, and they own that solution. They are empowered to solve that problem. If we give them solution, they are not empowered. It's not their solution, it's our solution. So use these words. Why? Hidden objections now. A person generally has 2 reasons for doing or not doing a thing. One that sounds good, and the other one is a real one. You know that I'll ask my wife, sounds good. That may not be the real one. वो आपको टालना चाहता हो. So your job is to find the real one through why, through other questions. In 62% of the cases, the original objection raised against buying was not the real reason at all. Only 38% of time prospects will give you real reason for not buying. So don't ever worry about objections. And we'll talk about handling objection and preventing objections in our future sections. In addition, you can use these words in addition to that. So that the best salesman is always the one who tells the truth about his product. Truth, 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 total honesty, nothing else. Even if he doesn't sell the first time, he leaves a trail of trust. Importance of not making a sale and telling a truth wins you the client for life. Is going to praise you, give word of mouth, give you lots and lot of referrals. And if you miss sell, you have a sale, but short term and future, that customer is over. A customer cannot be fooled a second time by some shady or, not the best talkers win the sale, but the most honest talker. See the difference? Best talker or honest talker? Best talker, honest talker. Type honest talker in the comment box. Your customers can see the truth in your eyes. They can feel it. They can feel it. Your customers, and they can hear it in your words that immediately compels trust or distrust. How many of you agree with that, that you can read in people's eyes honesty or dishonesty? Type in the comment box. A lot of you. A lot of you. Being bluntly honest is always safe and the best. Now, this is about the learning. Wonderful quotes by Henry Ford. That anyone who stops learning, that is our core value here, that lifelong commitment to learning. 20 or 80, anyone who keeps learning stays young. The greatest thing in life is to keep your mind young. How many of you agree and feel that at 62, I learned like a 20-year-old? Type agree in the comment box. I still learn. I learned to do webinar just 2 months ago. Before that, I failed miserably at Zoom, and I said I will never go back to Zoom. I'll never go back to Zoom. I've written 2 books after the age of 60. And if you see my social media handle, Facebook, LinkedIn, is much better than a lot of youngsters today. Keep learning. That keeps you young. That keeps you young. My memory has become sharper, and I'm working, my productivity is very high. I'm working till 2, 3. A lot of time you get messages, mails from me at 3 a.m., 2 a.m. when I promise that today I will send this mail before going to bed. I send it before going to bed, no matter at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Last week, I did not realize that I was working and it was 7 a.m. in the morning. Now here is the thing, which when I tell people, sometimes I don't know whether they are liking it or not liking it. One of Tajurba president, when he was speaking as a president in his first few meetings, I told him to improve. His pronunciation was wrong. He was pronouncing sa ko sha and a lot of other mistakes. And that I told him very politely. After the meeting, I took him to the bar, served him beer, and then I told him, and after that he resigned next day. People don't take it positively. But if you have seen Raja Babu, that movie, Kadir Khan is the 5-star hotel owner, and Govinda is staying at Karishma's house as a servant, and he comes to meet him as a chowkidar. And both he said, Dad, bade din se hotel ka khana nahi khaya hai. And the chowkidar doesn't allow them to the hotel. And the Kadir Khan says, dress or address ka hi to kamal hai. Your dress is very important. When I always dress like that, I want to share with you that policemen are scared to issue me a challan even if I jump the signal. If Policemen are scared to issue me the challan when I'm always dressed well. And when I go to court sometime, the judges respect me. Otherwise, judges normally are very, very irritated. If any one of you gone to the court. So, read books if you can't afford a image consultant. Best to go to a image consultant because it never goes waste. Hiring professionals is always better. But if you can't, then watch YouTube videos, read couple of books, and dress well. Work on your dressing sense, how you dress. Clothes don't make the man, but they do make 90% of what you see of him. It's more important in selling. It's more important in selling. When I started traveling to US, I used to carry a lot of samples, and our samples used to have a big cut, 2 inches cut at the back, and a stamp mutilated, not for commercial purpose. And the custom officer used to ask me, and every time they will find out 1 or 2 mistakes by my assistants. The packers, that the 2 or 3 samples are not cut, and then they will give me scissors, go through everything, and waste 2 hours. So I asked my mentor, one of my mentor in New York, I said, why they are stopping me? Why they are customs stopping me every time? He says, what do you wear? I say, I come in tracksuit because a long flight, Delhi to New York. So it takes almost 2-3 hours, 4 hours break in London or Frankfurt. It takes 24 hours. So I wear tracksuits and sneakers. He says, start wearing a jacket and a tie. Take off the jacket when you go into the flight and take off the tie. But before landing, wear your jacket and tie. And after that, till today, I've never stopped at the custom. Never stopped at the custom. Now I'm telling you, my policeman doesn't issue me a challan. And my judge even called me inside his cabin, got my case settled, and served me tea and samosa, and asked me to recommend to Chief Justice that he's a good judge. Your dress. Unless a person looks the part, people won't believe what he says is important. Now, policeman without a uniform will not feel like a policeman. Ask any army person how proudly they wear their uniform. So as a business owner, as a sales guy, whatever part you are playing, look the part. A lot of policemen will stop, shaddily dressed people and question them, not well-dressed people. They should not be judging, but they do. But they do. When you feel well-dressed, it improves your mental attitude toward yourself and gives you more self-confidence. And Uma and myself were traveling in a garment business. Any big appointment with a new customer, we used to buy new clothes and good clothes. When you wear good clothes, how do you feel? Type in the comment box. When you are wearing new, good fitted clothes, nice colors, how do you feel? Positive, confident, energetic. Mood hota hai. When wearing new clothes. So put yourself in the hands of an expert, get the help of an image consultant. We have a friend here who did, he's not joined this, but anyone wants, I'll introduce. His name is Amit Chaturvedi. So I never consulted, I learned from books and YouTube, but when I consulted him, then again, my dress sense more improved. His name is Amit Chaturvedi, great guy. So make friends, encourage young men, help a man see how he can, there's a saying, catch them young. He can be a success in life. So, when my 90% friends are startups under 30 years of age. And I know tomorrow they are going to be, some of them are going to be, Bill Gates or Zuckerbergs of the world, or Binny Bansal, Sachin Bansal. Catch them young. Try to get a man to tell you what is his greatest, I told you about that. His greatest ambition in life, help him raise his sight. So, you know, very, very important. And another thing in sales, I'll tell you one thing. People, especially who are in insurance business, learn about MSMEs. I did a session on MSME, and there are so many things people don't know the benefits there are from the government and other agencies to MSMEs. If you, as a, go there, and one guy was asking me, is he here from Mumbai? We had a one-to-one. He said, people don't give me appointment. I'm in insurance. I said, they won't give you an appointment. You meet them as a consultant. Meet them that I want to meet you over the coffee to understand, because I have 300-400 clients as an insurance advisor or a wealth advisor. And I want to know how, I can help you and connect you with the people of your interest, and similarly explain you what I do, what I can do for you. If you go with that statement, you will definitely get an appointment. But if you say, sir, I'm a financial planner, I want to do financial planning for you, nobody will give you a appointment. Nobody will give you a appointment. Mr. K.M. Sharma is saying yes. He is one of the best insurance advisor I've met. You saw his video. He's right now there. Sharma ji, aapka kaisa raha webinar? So if anyone has inspired you or helped you in any way, don't keep it secret. Tell him about it. Send him video testimonial. Recommend him. So how many of you I have inspired? Type in the comment box. A lot of you. Thank you. So when whoever has inspired you in life, talk about it, give him credit, talk about him in public, give him LinkedIn testimonials. Positive vibes. You create goodwill and likability in your life. And this is the question, the magic question is now showing up in this slide. How did you happen to get started in this? And just sit down for 3 hours and you are done. And a smile is inexpensive way to improve your looks. How many of you like my smile? Type like in the comment box. Okay, so some other time I'll tell you my smile story कि मुझे कितनी मार खानी पड़ी है smile को perfect करने के. So now remembering names. How many of you have problem in remembering names? I'll give you a few quick tips. How many of you have a problem in remembering? Because sales, the biggest part is remembering names. So when you meet your customers and you remember their names after a year or 6 months, you smile like a small kid. Okay. So I have a coach. His name is Anand Kasi Batla. He's a Limca World Record holder. He's memory coach. He's my coach. Uma is also taken coach. So his hack of remembering names is number one: when you meet someone, always repeat. So like I'm meeting Sharang. Hi Sharang, nice meeting you, Sharang. How are you, Sharang? 3-4 times. So repeat the names. Nice meeting you, Sharang. What do you do, Sharang? What's interesting about you, Sharang? What's interesting about you, Sharang? And a lot of questions. Every time say the name. And when you're saying bye, that time also it was very nice meeting you, Sharang. We'll, again meet with each other. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Sharang. And give me a call whenever you are in my area, Sharang. So all those things when you repeat those names, you remember. Yeah, Alok, Anant's father passed away day before yesterday. So he went to Visakhapatnam a few days before Aditya Mudgal have taken his course, Nishant Kasi Batla. Yeah, his brother is Nishant. Yes, his brother is Nishant from Singapore. So both brothers are memory masters, but record holders. So he got stuck there. His father was very sick and finally he passed away. So remember names is very important part of your being in successful sales. So repetition is the key there. And so attention, repetition, and why salesmen lose business? Because they talk too much. So put this virtual tape on your lips when you are meeting your client. And other thing is, as a speaker or when you are meeting someone very influential, supposing you are meeting, say, Ratan Tata or Mukesh Ambani. So a lot of people get nervous that you are meeting such a big personality. So at that time, even if you are selling something and you get an audience, it's okay to admit that I'm nervous and I'm scared. It's perfectly all right. Just be authentic. So how to get appointment? So this thing is practiced by Sanjeev Singh. I don't know he's there today or not. He's into real estate, very successful real estate advisor here. So, when you call your client, Mr. So-and-so, is there any best time to see you, early morning or late afternoon? Early in the week or late in the week? So you are giving options. So a lot of time person will come back late afternoon is fine. If he says still no, what time do you go to lunch? Now this Sanjeev Singh practices. He told me that last week we were doing one-to-one. What time you go to lunch? I would like to invite you over lunch. So he tells his client that, you go to lunch, right? Half an hour, 1 hour. I'll invite you over to the lunch, my office or your office or restaurant near you, and we'll discuss. So that way you get the appointment that, person is very difficult to say no. I'll be in your area next Friday and, do you mind if I, come and see you? One demonstration is worth more than 1,000 words. So help your customers to make the sale. So now if you are supposing making a demo and you are making a demo of something, say, this vitamin C, and you tell your customer, why don't you, try it, how does it taste, and read it, the benefits of this. So that way, the customer is demonstrating your product. There was, one guy who was selling something like, tube lights. Yeah, he was selling some LED lights to a school, and he invited one of the teacher or admin guy, and he says, you bend this, and that he had some aluminum thing, and he said, start bending, and they start bending, and it broke. He said, this is the only, this much pressure your children, school children can take with these bright lights you have. So with our lights, their eyes will not have pressure at all. So with that kind of demonstration, customer making it, he can't say no to your product. Let customer perform. Let customer perform. In NLP, you will take a much more deeper dive in this, that your customer gives you the solution. Never to say anything that you can dramatize or let the customer perform. Put him into the action. So that I said that drama. He said bend this rod, and that rod broken, and he said this is the stress. Similarly, this stress, only this much stress the children's eye can take because of this bright light. He was trying to sell the LED solution. So what a wonderful way of making your customer doing the demonstration and dramatizing it. So never forget a customer and make a courtesy call. Don't forget them after the sales. Follow up a lead within 6 minutes. Type 6 minutes in the comment box. Follow up a lead in 6 minutes, not tomorrow. How many of you have seen that my course book writing on Tajruba Academy? I'll tell you a story happened 2 days ago. There's an Indian site, Indian solution provider where you can upload your courses. And I was searching them and I found their solution very good. And I filled up the inquiry form. And 3 days after someone called, and in the meantime, I paid 1 year subscription to Teachable. 1 year. And I told that sales guy, I said, you guys are following up a lead after 3 days and you lost your sales probably forever, because I paid for the year and I'm not going to upload all my courses there and then move to your platform. 6 minutes. Never fail to show appreciation for a referral. So if I have given you any referral or someone has given you any referral, show appreciation and go back to the person that I have called, deal closed, deal not closed, phone not picked up, price not worked out, give the feedback. That person will be encouraged to give you the referral again. So closing, this is the last slide on closing. After that, we move to the value versus price. So safe closing point for the close. Attention, interest, desire, fear, everything. Your solution, most important. Biggest mistake salespeople do, they give the solution in the beginning. Solution always in the end. A magic phrase, how do you like it? How do you like it? What a magical phrase is that? No one will say no. Welcome, objection, say thank you. Thank you for this question. Thank you for this. Very intelligent. Use why. Ask prospect to write his name here. This is called blank order technique, closing technique in NLP. We'll talk about it in the next session. But when you have filled up the form and you tell customer, please fill up your name here. That is assuming the sale. That is assuming the sale is done. You have filled up the order form and okay, Ajay, if you want to follow up in 3 minutes, I'm okay with that. But sooner is better. You know, how many of you heard about Vivek Bindra? Type yes in the comment box. He's got a staff of 300 people. And when you fill up a lead form on Facebook, next 15 seconds, I guarantee you'll get a call from his office. 15 seconds. That's how efficient his marketing department is. That's how. 6 minutes is still too long. You will get the call in 30 seconds. Get checked with the offer order. Don't afraid to ask. A lot of times we don't ask, but it's okay to ask, because as trainers, sometimes what happens that when we have, in the live training, we have talked about our future course, our everything. And if we don't tell this is in the digital media language, is called call to action, CTA. If you don't tell people to go back, there are people, my assistants are there with the forms and credit card machine, go sign up, people won't get up. Even if they have made up their mind to do your course and training. When webinar, if we don't say that in 15 minutes you have to make a decision and here's the payment, you have to make the payment today, people won't pay. If I tell them may pay tomorrow, 95 to 98% people who say I will pay tomorrow, they don't pay. They change their mind. They change their mind. So close there, collect your check, and you are done. I'm giving my next book to the editor. First thing I told him how many days. He said 10 days. I said, I want to give you some advance. He said, sir, you are giving me business. I don't want advance from you. I'll get so much recommendation. I've edited your book. No, I said, I want to give you advance. Otherwise, you won't be committed in 10 days or 12 days. If you have my advance, you will be committed. So right mental attitude is very important. Your attitude towards you dress well, you like yourself, you smile, you are confident. Your attitude towards others, your attitude towards selling. If you hate selling, please don't come into this profession. I love selling. Smita, one of my students, she says before going to bed now, earlier she was very shy of selling. Now she says, I love selling, I love selling, I love selling. And she started closing a lot of clients, which was not happening in last 1 year. So these are the last 7 secrets of get serious, make a decision to join the top 5%, salespeople who close. Identify the skills that limiting your sales success, which you have already done. You have joined this course. Get around the right people. Now, this is very, very important. Peter Drucker said your average of 5 people, you hang out with. Your average of 5 people, your personality becomes that. When I lived in New York for a year, my accent changed. I started saying half. You know, when I ordering butter chicken, I won't say half butter chicken. I would say half butter chicken. I would say Suraj. Anyone ask what's your name? Suraj. So that's average of 5 people. So surround yourself with the people you want to become. Surround yourself with successful people, with right mindset, positive people. Okay, take excellent care of your physical health. Like I always say, my productivity is so much that I can work till 2, 3 o'clock at 62, and I'm on 0 medicines. I was taking one cetirizine. Dr. Alex, are you there? After talking to him, that medicine is also gone. That was for some allergy I was getting, and I contacted him for homeopathy. And he said, stop taking it and then tell me after 2, 3 days what happened, and nothing happened. So that also is gone. So take care of your health because you need a lot of energy to be a successful salesperson or successful entrepreneur. Yeah, Dr. Alex, no citizen for last 1 week. And visualize yourself. Creative visualization is very strong. Uma does that meditation. I'll ask Uma, request Uma also to post that on Teachable. Khatib, we're coming to an end and then we'll go to the question and answer. Practice positive self-talk continuously. You not need to self-hypnotize yourself. I love sales. I'm a winner. You know, I'm achieving this. Here's my wallet. My gold card is in my wallet. And every day morning I read this. Before going to bed, I read this. When I did webinars, I said I'll earn 10 lakh rupees by June end. I did this in May. Next month is June is 20 lakh target now. So now I'm opening up the floor for a question and answer. Unmute yourself if you have any question, and we'll spend 15-20 minutes, half an hour there also, and I'll answer all the questions. Now anyone has a question can unmute.
Sir, I would like to say something.
Yes, Preeti, go ahead.
Sir, Amir, I have, sir, I'm into custom clearance and freight forwarding.
Yes, I know.
So, sir, this is basically a service industry.
Yeah.
Earlier we talked about packaging in such a way that it attracts the customer.
Yeah.
But here we have a fixed price that they have to pay. I mean, they have to pay to various other participating agencies like the warehouses, the shipping industries, and what they pay is just the agency. So how can we package it accordingly that our price is like attractive for them?
Tell me one thing. Do you know this guy called Neeraj Makhija Movers?
No, sir.
No. Google him.
Okay.
He's a very, very big in your in your industry.
Okay.
And we were his first client. We gave him the break. He was that time 24-year-old only. Now his turnover is over 600 crores. Worldwide offices.
Okay.
And he that time also he charged a lot. And today also I believe his charges must be higher than everybody else. So somewhere, you know, when we do this value versus price, you will come to know that what you can show to your client that extra benefit you bring on the table, so that you can charge higher prices.
Okay. Okay.
That will come in that, and balance in one-to-one session. You'll definitely able to get that. That comes after a lot of practice, because we, get into that same routine of quoting lower price, hearing this that your competition is giving lesser price. This is the market price. And today, if you know that mobile phone is mobile phone, iPhone is still able to charge 75,000.
Correct.
So it's all about value you provide, and you will be able to achieve your price.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Due to your training, मैं कल अपना पहला बैच start कर रहा हूँ with 50 participants.
Very good.
आज 17 और नए आए हैं.
So you give 10x value, and this 50 will become 50 lakh.
Yeah, please. Thank you very much.
10x value. उससे कम
अनिल चावला जी ने भी 2 लोगों को भेजा हुआ था.
अच्छा. Very nice. Any other question?
Very good job, Sharma ji.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to come in, Suresh ji.
Yeah, Deepak, go ahead.
Now tell me one thing. When you are starting your Tajurba network in Mumbai, when you plan to start?
We will start after the lockdown opens because there's a lot of changes are going to happen in networking also.
Yeah.
A lot of technology is going to come into place. A lot of digital is happening. People are comfortable working from home. People are comfortable doing one-to-one. You know, so when you do one-to-one with me, we will not, will achieve like 90% of the feeling that we are talking face-to-face. So that's wonderful thing has happened because of this lockdown. And Tajurba model is also, we are, our think tank, Anil Chawla is part of that. We are working very closely, KM Sharma, on that how to make this model also very robust as per the changing time. Maybe we don't know, the physical meeting may not happen for a 6 month or a year now. So we are meeting now online only. We'll come to Mumbai. Mumbai we can't ignore.
So I want to know one thing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
सुरेश, हाय राकेश here.
हाँ राकेश बोलो भाई.
एक सजेशन है. Zoom में एक feature होता है. There's something called breaking into the rooms.
Yeah, I have never used that. I want to learn that.
Now that's fantastic. You know how it works. Let's say we are a group of 100 people.
Yeah.
तो 100 लोगों की अगर आप 100 queries आप answer करने बैठोगे, it will take a lot of time.
हाँ.
आप एक 15 मिनट का अगर सेशन करते हो, उसमें आप 6 का 8 का एक break away room बना दिया आपने. Those 8 people will discuss amongst themselves, and not only will, you know, like they are able to, you know, revise what has happened in the last 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
They will have some new thoughts also, which later on, if you wish to, you can incorporate that in your follow-up.
Very nice. I'll learn.
Breakaway works fantastic on Zoom trainings.
Yeah, I'll practice that. Thank you for mentioning that. I want to learn that.
And वो मैं आपसे कल दिन में बात कर लूँगा मैं. And it's very interactive.
Yeah.
लोगों का एक interest बन जाता है.
I haven't explored that yet.
अभी ये क्या हो रहा है कि आप you are giving, and you know, two-way communication में थोड़ा सा imbalance है उसमें.
Right. Thank you, Rakesh. Appreciate it.
कल बात करेंगे.
Sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Sir, I'm at job. So this is Mehul here.
Yeah, hi Mehul.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I'm at job. And there's no fault of mine as such, but yet I'm being cornered a lot. How can I handle that, sir?
I had never been in job, but wherever I had been, no one had ever been able to corner me.
Yeah.
So we, you know, send me a message. I'll send you my Calendly link. Book 1-to-1.
Sure.
This cannot be answered in 1 minute.
Right.
We'll have to go back into the situation and your background and your childhood and a lot of other factors.
Right, sir.
Nobody can corner you without your permission.
Okay.
You know? So if you allow them to corner you, they will corner you. In the school, people will bully you if you allow them to bully you.
Right.
People will, you know, nobody can make me upset without my permission.
Right, sir.
I don't give this permission to them.
Sure, I'll get back to you, sir.
Send me the request and I'll send you my Calendly link. Book the 1-to-1. It will help you a lot.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mehul, for asking.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. All right, guys. So no question. Thank you very much for being here today. And thank you for your awesomeness.
Thank you. Good night, sir.
See you next Saturday. A lot of
Thank
people
you so
have
much, sir.
already left.
Thank you so much, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Good night.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. We'll upload this on Tajurba Academy in next 3-4 days. I want to thank Sushil. He helps me with the editing of all these courses. Anyone needs help with the editing of any videos or personal branding, get in touch with Sushil.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.